In this video, I'm going to do an unboxing of the Akai NPK Mini Play Mark III. Check it out! What's up, everybody? My name is Matthew Stratton with MatthewCreating.com. On this channel, I'll do setup videos, tutorials, and overviews just like this one. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. The Akai Professional NPK Mini Play is a MIDI controller that has built-in sounds in it. So what I want to do is go ahead and unbox this, and then I want to put it next to the NPK Mini 3. And this way you can get a size comparison, and I want to talk about some of the differences between the two of them. So let's go ahead and get into this unboxing. So check it out. We got our NPK Mini Play. So box is never usually that interesting, right? It's just going to have some standard stuff on here, but I do want to mention something that is on the box. It says it comes with the MPC Beats. So the MPC Beats is a free software. Anybody can download that. What is not free is your Hybrid 3, your Mini Grand, and your Velvet. That's what's cool about this. It does come with these, and these are actually good plugins that you can use inside of any DAW. And DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation, so you can put these plugins inside of your computer and go ahead and use the keyboard and play them. So straight away we can see we get a USB cable and we get our download card with a little bit of documentation here. I do like to look at the documentation. Maybe they actually give us something useful. And you're going to need to make sure that you do register your device so you can get the codes for Hybrid 3, Mini Grand, and Velvet. What's cool is there is an actual guide, so you do get what all this stuff does right there. That's actually surprising. And this looks like a good USB cable as well. Okay, let me go ahead and pull this one out of here. It's like that's everything in the box. So the key bed feels like it's the same key bed that's on the NPK Mini 3. The pads feel like the same pads but smaller. The knobs feel similar as the NPK Mini 3, but they are a min-max knob. And it looks like there are things that these are going to be dedicated to. Okay, we got a knob here as well, a little screen, volume. There's nothing on the front. Side has your Akai branding. So your serial number is going to be right here where my thumb is, so you can go ahead and register that. I'm going to register mine later. It did not come with any batteries, so I'm going to go find some batteries to put in here. It looks like it runs on 4 AA batteries. I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. I happen to have some that I already ordered. Right, and I'm going to assume that it's going to run off that USB port as well, because there is a switch on the back that says BAT USB. So right here it says BAT USB. Since I'm going to try it in standalone real fast, I'm going to go to BAT. Besides that switch, there is a USB port, a headphone jack, and a sustain port for your sustain pedal. But adding the batteries to it does make it feel a little bit heavier. It feels very nice to the touch in the hand. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. It looks like the same exact screen that is on the NPK Mini 3. Turn up the volume. So we got 128 sounds on here. At the end, we got sound effects. Now, I'm sure you probably can't hear much of this, so what I am going to do in a minute is actually plug this in. There is a headphone port out on the back of this, so I want to plug this into my recorder and go ahead and play with it. But before I do, I want to go ahead and show you what the NPK Mini 3 looks like next to this. So here's the Akai NPK Mini. This is just the white one. There is an actual, black and red one. I just happen to have the white one. Very, very similar in size. So actually, lengthwise, are like from the back to the front, or the front to the back, they're exactly the same as far as I can tell. Okay, now height-wise, the NPK Mini Play is a fraction taller, maybe half an inch taller or a centimeter taller. That might make a difference to you, okay? But that's what it is. They look very similar, okay? Now, if you look at the Mini Play, we have the XY right here, the joystick. The actual NPK Mini has the same thing. So these are the same. So that's going to give you your modulation and your pitch bend. And then we have an arpeggiator on both of them. We have our octave buttons on both of them. We have our full level and note repeat on both of them. So they're very, very similar in that regard. Now, if you go to the right of that, we got some differences. So the NPK Play does have 8 pads, but they are miniaturized, where the NPK Mini has full-size pads. All right, so both of the pads feel decent to me. And if you look at the top of the MPK Mini Play, we do have these knobs here, and this is actually a filter knob. So when you're playing your sounds on your MPK Mini, you do need to be aware if you do mess a knob whenever you have your preset loaded, it is going to change the sound of that, right? Because we got a reverb right here. And then it looks like they have a secondary function. Right down under here, we got a keys button. So the keys are going to change your actual preset of the keys. The drums are going to change the preset of the drum sounds. See how many drum sounds. We got 10 different drum sounds. Underneath that, we got our favorites button. So we can set our favorites. We got our internal sounds. So we have save to favorites. And then we got our pad bank A and B and our knobs A and B. Okay, so that's good that we do have access, it looks like, to not only these 8 pads, but we can go to pad A. We can go from A to B, and then B is going to give us another 8 pads, just like on the MPK Mini. And then the knobs are right here. It looks like there's an A and B on the knobs. So you can at least get 8 knobs accessible on the MPK Mini Play. Yeah. So basically when I go to the knobs A and B, I'm able to access these secondary parameters. So you can see under the filter, we have an attack. Under the resonance, we have a release. Under reverb A, we got a low EQ. And then under chorus amp, we got an EQ high. And that's accessible through this button here. So that's very good that they do add that in there. So yeah, I just wanted to show you the size comparison of these two next to each other. I am going to plug this into a cable so we can actually hear at least a couple of the sounds. I'm not a keyboard player, but I at least want to let you hear some of the sounds and see if we can actually hook this up and record it. Oh, and just so you're aware, there is a pad bank A and B here, pad controls, our program change, our program select. So this does have a little bit more options for you if you're in it for just the controller. This is probably going to be your better bet. If you're in it because you want a controller that has a few sounds and, you know, you can play the sounds and get little inspirations outside of your DAW, you know, the MPK Mini Play is probably going to help you out, because I was thinking about how this could be useful if you just want to go ahead and play a few notes and not have to worry about those notes actually getting programmed or played through your DAW or your MPC. If you're using your MPC with this, you can kind of play the notes and get ideas separate from your project that you're working on. And then when you're ready, you could go ahead and play them into your project with the MIDI controller. Oh, and the MPK Mini does have the USB cable and a sustain port as well. They both have that option. So there's your piano. Your honky tonk. Now I was curious to see what this reverb sounds like. There's a reverb. Let's hear it without the reverb. So that is a big difference. I want to hear this chorus as well. I love chorus. That's like one of my favorite effects. No chorus. So this is the E-piano, by the way. This is the electric piano. I think it sounds pretty cool. So let's go ahead. Now, if you want to change your octave, you just push the octave button. Okay. Glockenspiel, music box, vibraphone. So this is pretty cool. It's all the standard stuff. I feel like I have my old Casio keyboard in front of me in a miniaturized version. I always thought these were fun. Sound effects set. Little heartbeat. Somebody getting punched in the face. little scream, a little laugh. All right. This is Sound 56. Little orchestral stabs. So, what I want to do is I'm going to go in. I want to make a few more videos about this thing, compare it to the MPK Mini 3 as far as like how they show up in the MPC Live and things like that. Because I'm curious about that. I'm curious if I can hook both of them up to the MPC Live, have one playing something, have the second one playing something else. And, this could be a good option if you already have the MPK Mini and you wanted another keyboard. This could be like a good option. Or if you just want a MIDI controller that has sounds on it, this could be a good option too. Thanks for watching this video. Go ahead and click or tap the screen right here. It's going to give you some more videos about the MPK Mini Play as I come out with them. Thank you again for watching this. I do appreciate you. Continue to create music, and we'll talk soon.